Site plan for proposed cases, it's in the store.
Cat's out of the bag, now we know who it is.
Yes,
All right.
they let us know who it was. There's the Casey's.
Was the engineer here yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Was
this
it today?
today?
Yeah, today.
He darn near run me over in a road. I know where you're coming from.
So yeah, he was checking on that water line. Right. No, the water line today.
He was?
Yeah. He was checking to make sure it was 6. And I did talk to the real estate developer, and I talked to her about annexing that property to get the water to Casey's. I talked to her about rezoning it to a B2, and then just the water line going
You're going to give me a
into it.
hint of where this is actually
This is
located.
6th Street here,
Okay.
so it'd be north, this would be north. It looks to me like,
Okay,
Which,
Wait a
this is
second.
Browse building here.
okay, there's
Yeah.
Browse, okay,
Yeah,
I've
and
got a
this,
handle
this
on
is
it.
where the building sits, the pumps, parking side of it now.
Yeah, this dotted line is his old building. Is that what that is, Shane?
The dotted building that's there now.
Yeah, the dotted line.
But they, we have, no, I can't remember, it's an 1.25 inch line to hook up to.
for water.
Either inch and a quarter, inch and a half they want for their water line. And I think our ordinance says that you have 3/4, so we'll have to give them a variance.
For that
So
On
ordinance.
Browse property,
Mhm.
is that where that's at?
Where the shed is.
Yes, so they're
Yeah.
gonna move the building, and
Yep.
that's where the Casey's is gonna go.
Oh,
And
This dotted line represents that building that's there.
Okay.
That yellow
Okay.
building?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know they were gonna remove that, okay.
Because
I was
this
wondering
is
how they're gonna
part
find
of
a
it.
square foot for bigger cases.
I've talked to, or emailed back and forth a couple of times with our lawyer. We were talking about annexation and what we need to do as a city to annex that in. And he was gonna check on it, he didn't know much about annexation. And then, of course, then the rezoning, what we need to do, and then
Now,
I'll
do we
get a
have
hold
to
of
take
that
that to the
developer.
supervisors to get that rezoned?
See, I don't know what all we need to do.
I would guess we probably have to.
I think June,
Well, if we annex it, then, no, we wouldn't have to.
The property's not annexed already.
Some of it.
some of it is, and then this is not right here, I think. It's,
Okay.
so this is city limits, and I think it's county up here, yeah, county limits up here. So I think they want to really make this concrete in June, from what I'm understanding.
It is.
So,
All of this will be concrete then?
No.
set it where it's gonna be done in June, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, all right.
So, I think
Are we
the
gonna be-
annexation would be the very first step
we
that
gonna
we
do
would need to take.
Storm drain? If it's curb and gutter along the highway?
There's no
There
storm
ain't no
drain
storm.
intake up there. That, all the water in those 2 ditches run across the road to the east.
Oh, that's right, yep,
So,
that's right. And there's a culvert in there somewhere, I can't remember where.
well, the one that goes underneath 6th Street, that culvert is partially plugged,
Yeah,
and they would like to have that cleaned out.
yeah.
So,
Is it- Why the water accumulates in the ditch
Right,
there?
right.
Okay.
And actually, they want that done for our water project, because that's where the water main's gonna go.
Mhm.
So we need to get that cleaned out, so when we start the water main, that water won't collect in there.
Right.
And I think I can have Cherokee Rehab come down and just suck that out,
Oh, okay,
is how we'll clean that out.
all right.
Is it concrete culvert?
Yeah, right.
Is it collapsed or?
No, it's just half full of
It's
sand.
sediment,
Oh,
sediment from the south, I suppose.
One of those or any jet bore should be able to just put it out there, shouldn't it?
Well, if I get rehab, they'll use their sewers there.
No, same deal.
Yeah,
Okay, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a field, there's a barn.
Yeah.
Partly.
I gave these to Shirley.
Any idea what that off wall, that off road's gonna come
Never
right
been
by
done,
your
I
house
know.
though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there. If
Yeah.
you look at where
You're
that
right
is,
next to it.
it's pretty damn close to the house, actually.
Here's Jake Briggs. We're gonna put a, that's the deal too, put up a sign on that ramp.
Yeah, oh, it's in town.
For a month, and then
You used to.
Don't even hear it, yeah. All right, so. as soon as
I
get
think we
hold
need to
of
see
the-
who we need to talk to though about the annexation.
Well, that, and then
Oh,
you've got Amgros.
Yeah, all
Sure.
of this, before it gets real far, so we can,
Talk that,
I
so.
don't know how that works, if it's already sold, how would that work, or, I don't know.
This isn't sold right
It's
now.
not sold yet,
No,
okay.
these are just proposed, there's nothing.
They haven't bought the land yet.
No, they're waiting
So we
to
really
jump
need
through
to,
the hoops and
we
see
need
what
to
goes
talk to him
on.
first.
Just propose.
Sure, we'll get a
It's just proposed.
nice price on that land.
can we get a price, I guess, what it's gonna cost to annex, this little area here?
It costs the same as what, the whole amount.
Is it?
Amgros and everything.
Okay, well then, let's get a price, if it's not ridiculously expensive, then there's no sense in really getting the cart out in front of the horse and getting a whole lot of people angry just because maybe
Yeah,
the popcorn plant's coming to town.
so you want the cost of what it would
Yeah,
be to annex.
If it's something just ridiculously outrageous expensive, that's a lot
That's good for a lot.
But like I say, it'll cost the same amount to annex that little in as the
So-
whole.
Is
Then-
it
Amgros and
just
everything.
generally attorney fees and
Yeah.
that we're gonna,
Yeah.
okay.
If we're
Their
looking
time.
at a couple $1,000, then we'll do it twice, or do it as many times as we need. $75,000, then maybe we just do it once. But
I'm waiting for him to get back to me. He's not very good at getting back to me.
Yeah. The other thing on this is
pretty
that
sure
sewer
let's
line
take our retainer too.
from 5th to 6th, they have to have sewer to this.
What's that?
Well,
They have to have sewer to their store.
To be able to email somebody
Right.
that gets the
And-
answers within a day or two.
Everybody says that there should be enough fall if we would run a line up there. Now, I was talking to their engineer a little bit today, and on our map of the sewer lines, they show a stub coming off the highway to a manhole. But we're looking for it, and if there is, we don't know where it's at. And he asked me if we would be willing to dig on 5th Street and try and find the line that goes that way and see if there is one in there before they commit, more or less.
They're saying the manhole is north of 6th Street?
On our map that Keelfire
Yeah.
made for us, they showed on 5th Street, in the highway, there's a manhole.
Oh, yeah.
All right, on the map, they show a stub coming off of that
Oh.
over onto the parking with another manhole.
So the manhole's right on the highway, then,
There's one right in the highway, yes.
right in the highway.
But they also show another one coming off of that, and I don't think there is, but
We'd have to take a video
we
camera up that line.
can't. There's no place to get into. We'd have to physically dig up on 5th Street. See, Ed Shrum and the other house to the north go down to the highway through that lot somewhere.
Oh.
And I don't know whether it goes into a manhole or whether it's just pipe going that way or what.
is 5th Street the gravel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Would Richard Mathias know? That used to be kind of the property where his dad had a station.
Yeah.
And I came out back.
I can ask him, but
I'd ask Rich, he might know.
it's, everything's been torn down and filled in, so
Yeah.
you don't know what.
When I talked to Casey's the other day, they said they'd be willing to pay for the engineer report on that sewer line, right?
Okay.
That's what I gathered from when I asked her. that they would be willing to, so we wouldn't have to put out for
Oh, yeah.
request for proposal. They would be willing to pay for the engineer to do the plans. But we didn't discuss who was going to.
So that's why I asked about this easement. I mean, if we have 10-foot easement for the water main, which he says we didn't need, which I think we need an easement from the state to run a water main along their highway.
I guess so.
And, you know, if we had like 15 feet in there, you could put the sewer main plus the water line in the same easement.
Right.
Once you have an easement, you can do more or less whatever you want with it. So,
Well, makes sense.
I guess I would be all for letting them know, hey, you need sewer, we'll get you sewer, but we're not gonna dig up the street to let you know if it may or may not be there. That's,
well, yeah.
yeah,
Well, and by rights, if they should be able to survey that. They know the depth of the manhole. If it's worse, the sewer main is probably 2 foot below the bottom of the manhole.
yeah.
I mean, well, of course, it would be us. If we run the main, because we'd have to go out to the highway and then come back. So by rights, all we need to know if there's enough fall, and then we can go out and find out what it would cost to run that line ourselves, or have somebody do it.
So what kind of questions do you have for them?
Or Casey.
For anything, yeah, that I could just pass on and get answered about anything that's...
Well, have they had this surveyed? Did you say there was someone in town doing surveying up for this today?
No, they were here dropping that off, I assume.
Oh, okay.
No, he was just looking at the water line.
They surveyed this out and found their lot lines.
Oh,
Before they,
okay, that's what I...
last fall, they did a survey and they found Browse lot lines.
All right,
So they could draw their drawing there.
all right.
When do they want to start building, do you know?
I kind of gathered that they want to have the whole thing finished with all this process by June. What they need to do, I think they want to start after that, I would assume.
So start building in June.
I don't really know. She just threw out, oh, I have till June. So, but I think what they don't want to do is make him annex in and then them not purchase the land. I think they want to know what it takes to annex in after they've purchased the land, is what I'm gathering too.
Yeah.
They don't want to, because if he doesn't want to be in, and then the deal falls through for him, and now he's in city limits. So they just want to know the process.
I guess that
of
was
which
my
we're asking
question on
them
the
to go
annex,
through.
and if they're up to working with us and know we'd like to get it annexed in after they purchase it, that's cool.
They just want to know what we need to do it. And I think our water ordinance says they have to annex in order to get water out there. So,
Yeah, that's.
Probably that, they're real on well.
We supply water to what's
Yeah,
this
but
up there?
a certain time on, when the ordinance was looked at, anybody coming into the outside the city limits now has to be annexed in.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how it, those
That's
who,
how that came about.
yeah, those who are in are, getting it are gonna get it. That's my understanding. So just as soon as Chuck gets back to me, then I will write the letter on what they need to do.
Nice to see somebody building it
Did
early.
you get just an answering machine when you call down there?
No, I email with the receipt, and because if I just call, I do get
Yeah.
an answer machine and I don't get a call back. But if I do a receipt, and yeah, then I do sometimes get back. He didn't get back to me on the land purchase for the water tower. And like I said, I emailed him on February 17th. And then again,
Where is he?
I've seen it.
Who's it?
Chuck
Chuck Schultz.
I think his dad started the firm.
Well, he just been graving. And, well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the,
Oh, was it?
So Draven and Shoulder were together.
Together, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I might decide next, I know where his office is. I can stop in there if he, problem is, I don't know if he's there, if he's not answering emails either.
yeah, I don't know if he's gone. I got an email back
He's not gone. Okay.
telling me that he didn't know much about about annexing. And he actually talked to Casey's and told them they didn't have to annex in because they would get fire services anyway.
They won't get water.
Well, and see, he didn't tell me that. So Casey's was assuming they didn't have to annex in when I talked to him.
Sounds like you
Maybe
can change, possibly.
What is his retainer? I assume it's a retainer.
Yeah, it was, we paid it last month, it was $77. But we don't, I mean, it's not, no, we don't. Our attorney fees are very low. We don't use an attorney all that much. But when you need them,
Yeah, you need an answer.
so I will try again tomorrow, I'll call in, I'll email. Let's see if I can get hold of them. And I'm sure Shirley will get back to me, and she'll have more information on the annexation than I think anyone else will.
And she knows pretty much how much it's gonna cost. too.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she'll
Commercial
help us
property,
too.
probably 10,000 per acre.
I don't think it's like the same thing as a little bit as what it is for a whole section. It doesn't matter, it's just a, Well, last
It's
time
the
I-
same amount, no matter how big or small.
yeah.
What they want is the location.
Yeah. And she said she's willing to work with us too.
Who's she?
Shirley Phillips.
Yeah, I gave her a
Okay.
copy of
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
the plans and the permits and the tax abatement information
All right.
to kind of get a little guidance.
So what's our next step as a council? Do we need to, you know, if I'm gonna be in Sac City, I'm just there today. And I can stop by and see if he's there and ask him to give you a call while I'm there.
I can email you and let you know if he doesn't
Do
get
that
back to me.
and call me.
Okay, anything else? And then, okay, next one, add sewer line from 5th to 6th. I pretty much kind of covered that, unless anybody else got a question.